Hi everybody, I'm Ryan. Today we're going to talk about how to sideboard with blue-white affinity in Pauper. Now what this video is not is a deck tech. We're not going to talk about card choices or anything like that. I do that in my deck tech video that was posted yesterday. If you're interested in that, make sure you check that out. Shut up, cats! Dude, cats have just like no care that I'm recording. I need you to not play for like 8 minutes. Think that? Nope. Okay, I thought they were done. I have to go confiscate a bag. Lost our crunchy bag privileges. Anyway, blue-white affinity sideboard guide. Let's do it. So this is my blue-white affinity deck, and before we get into how to sideboard against the top 10 most popular decks in Pauper, I'm going to talk about these sideboard card choices. I feel like this. That looks really good. So Destroy Evil is for decks with toughness 4 or greater creatures or enchantments that we need to deal with. Dust to Dust for artifacts. Blue Elemental Blast and Hydro Blast are for red decks, mostly Boros Synthesizer and the Mono Red Burn deck, and Relic of Progenitus is for mostly Tolarian Terror decks. That being said, let's jump into it with the most popular deck in Pauper, which is Coggates. Against Coggates, I'm actually not going to sideboard at all. There's an argument for some number of Relic of Progenitus for the fog effect, but that fog effect has to choose a color, and as long as we put all that glitters on one of our artifacts, we're totally okay. Besides their artifact haste, so there's a little bit of like give and take difficulty there, but no changes for Coggates. The second most popular deck is the mirror matches, Blue-White Affinity. Against Blue-White Affinity, we're bringing in Destroy Evils because we can deal with opposing enchantments like Moon Circuit Hacker, and then also after something is already enchanted with all that glitters, it definitely has toughness 4 or greater, so it's a way to kill. And then Dust to Dust because we are artifact decks, being able to choke people on mana or kill relevant creatures. Oh god, this is Coggates. Or anything like that is really, really good. We're going to be taking out 3 one-of-mines. Not all perfect here on the Ryan Body Magic channel. We're going to be taking out 3 one-of-mines because we're going to be shaving some creatures, and it can be more difficult to draw cards with one-of-mine. Also, like, there's definitely very much a haymaker matchup, and if we spend too many turns drawing cards, it's not super great. We still have Thoughtcast. It's all good. We're going to be shaving an Ornithopter. We're going to be shaving a Springleaf Drum, and we're going to be shaving a Moon Circuit Hacker. Again, this really haymakery. It's kind of hard to be playing too many cards that don't super do anything on their own, or it's difficult to do things on their own. Moon Circuit Hacker specifically is really hard to connect more than once because there's just so many blockers in our opponent's deck. This is how I sideboard in the mirror match. The third most popular deck is Burn. Against Burn, we are bringing in the Blue Elemental Blast and the Hydro Blast. We're going to be siding out a Moon Circuit. Oh my fucking god. We're going to be siding out of Moon Circuit Hacker. We just don't have time to be just trying to churn through our deck and spending mana on that and having non-blockers and only to be blocked by goblins. It's just not good. And we're going to shave in a one-of-mine for similar reasons. It's just we don't really want to spend mana and churning through our deck too much. So that's how I sideboard against Burn. The next most popular deck is Mono Blue Delver, where we're going to be bringing in 4 Relic of Progenitus to slow down Tolarian Terror and the 2-mana one that I can't remember, Cryptic something or other, I can't remember the name of it. And we're going to side in Destroy Evil to be able to answer those threats. We're going to bring out Ornithopter. It's really important, especially against a counterspell deck, that as many cards as possible as we are drawing actually do something. And Ornithopter is really difficult to get to do something. You know, Moon Circuit Hacker doesn't need a ton of help to be able to connect against this deck or anything. So that's really its biggest role. We're shaving a Springleaf Drum. We're shaving a Moon Circuit Hacker, and we're shaving a one-of-mind. It's just really important we don't get killed super fast because, again, it's a tempo deck. And a lot of these cards can just be cute. Sorry, sideboard against Mono Blue Delver. Now against Dimir Control, which is also a Tolarian Terror deck, we're bringing in these 4 Relic of Progenitus for the same reason as we bring it in against Mono Blue Delver, and we're also bringing in the Destroy Evils. However, this is more of a control deck than a tempo deck that just finishes with the 5/5s. We're going to be taking out 2 All That Glitters because there's just so much removal that it's really hard to get a connection with All That Glitters, especially if they're prepared for it. We're going to bring in out Ornithopter for similar reasons as we bring him out against a Delver. It's really important that all the cards we draw are relevant, as well as shaving a Springleaf Drum, and we're also going to be shaving a one-of-mine because I'd rather be casting threats than churning through our deck, and one-of-mine really is one of the most cuttable cards in the deck, so this is how I sideboard against Dimir Control. Now against Dimir Fairies, which has a similar strategy to Mono Blue Delver and Dimir Control, they aren't playing Tolarian Terror. Some are playing 2 Gurmag Angler, but I don't think that's a reason to bring in any number of Relic of Progenitus. And that's also the only card that is toughness 4 or greater, so Destroy Evil isn't very good either. So I just have no changes against Dimir Fairies. Now against Boros Synthesizer, I'm bringing in Dust to Dust because they have a ton of artifacts. I'm bringing in Blue Elemental Blasts because they have enough relevant red spells that it's worth to bring in, as well as the Hydro Blast. Now we're going to be shaving All That Glitters. They just have like a reasonable amount of removal, and they're also very fast, so it's kind of hard for us to set up and make All That Glitters relevant. For similar reasons, Ornithopter isn't super good. And a 1 of Mind, again, mostly because of the Boros Synthesizer's like speed. And especially we're shaving 1 of Mind. Moon Circuit Hacker gets a little bit worse, and so we're shaving 2 Moon Circuit Hacker. There's just so many ways that they can block Moon Circuit Hacker that's like, meh. So this is how I sideboard against Boros Synthesizer. The next most popular deck is Grixis Affinity, where we're going to be bringing in Dust to Dust. We're normally going to be hitting the lands with Dust to Dust, by the way. We're going to shave into All That Glitters because they just have so much removal, especially post-board, and 2 Ornithopter, because this Affinity deck, this other Affinity deck, the Grixis Affinity deck, is really kind of a control deck. They churn through their deck really quick. They have a lot of removal, and it's really important that all the cards on their deck actually do something, so Ornithopter loses a little bit of stock. So I sideboard against Grixis Affinity. The next most popular deck is Boggles. There are no cards on our sideboard we want in against Boggles, so really it's erased. So no boarding against Boggles at all. And then the 10th most popular deck in Pauper is the Gruul Ponza deck, where we're going to be bringing in Destroy Evil to answer their payoffs, and shaving 1 of Mind, just because we want to be able to get out as fast as possible and try to kill them before they ramp enough mana to be able to kill us. And so I sideboard against Gruul Ponza. There you have how to sideboard against the top 10 most popular decks in Pauper with this blue-white Affinity deck. It's really, really fun. It's such a good deck. Try it out. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on social medias. Links are above me and in the description, especially on Twitter and Discord. Join the communities there. I would super, super appreciate it. It helps me do what I do. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.